Okay, the second fun fold that I'd like to make is a double pocket card. As I mentioned earlier in my previous video, I have lots of birthday celebrations coming up in family and friends circles for the month of August, and I think this one is a perfect one for a birthday. The double pocket gives me a chance to have a space for a decorated sentiment, if you will. I can write a nice personalized message wishing a happy birthday, but then I also have a second pocket for a gift card if that's what I'm giving to this recipient. Starting off with an 8.5 by 8.5 inch square designer series paper. I'm still playing around with Masterfully Made. I absolutely love this pattern as well. My score lines, and I'm using my scoreboard this time. I think it's easier on the scoreboard for the dimensions because our ruler is in eighths. So with the right side facing up, the correct orientation, if you have a patterned piece of paper where that matters, we're going to score at 2 1/8 and then 6 3/8. 2 1/8, then 6 3/8. We're going to turn the paper one turn to the left and then score at 5 1/2. Once your score lines are in, you want to make sure that the two side flaps will meet in the middle. And then at the 5 1/2 inch score line, we're going to make a cut. I'm going to make a cut just up to that first score line. And you may want to miter this part just a little bit. Just cutting off an extra little sliver to make sure everything fits neatly when we get ready to adhere the pockets. Just a little sliver is enough. It'll help you get a nice fit there. Okay, and so now we're going to do what I call a dog ear technique. We're going to simply fold back to the first score line on each side. Give that a nice crease with your bone folder. Same thing on the opposite side. I'm going to turn this upside down and do the same thing at the other end. And you want to make sure that when you dog ear those corners that you do not cover the, you don't go over that score line, that first one that you put in. Okay. All right, now it's time to put our pocket together. Okay, now it's time to put our pocket together. And to put our pocket together, we're going to simply close the two flaps, call them the doors almost. We're going to fold up the bottom flap and close the two outer doors, and that's what's going to make our two pockets. Okay, and you may notice here that I'm off just a little bit. It's almost like a shirt, but I'm off just a little bit in terms of my two triangles are not quite meeting up, and that's going to have to be okay. I'm not going to fuss too much about that, but I'll have this as the outside of the pocket, and you'll be able to see the inside pattern, the coordinating pattern, which is, I believe, that's fresh freesia, as you can see in some of the little flowers. Now, one of the things we want to do is to start adhering the pocket together, but without shutting the pocket totally. So I'm just going to put a thin line here on the outer edges of this particular piece, the bottom piece, so that I can fit a little gift card just right here in the middle. Okay, I'm going to hold that for a second so that we can get a nice adhere. And I'm going to do the same thing to the bottom, but I'm going to stick to the outside, just a thin line to the very outside. Now, I'm not going to go all the way up on this pocket because I want to make sure that I don't seal the pocket shut. So I actually can use that too. So you honestly can get more than just a double pocket out of this. Okay, Might need to hold that for a few minutes so that you can get it nice and adhered. And there we have our double pocket. Now it's time to decorate for the inside of our double pocket. Okay, I thought I'd give you just a little peek at how I'm decorating the inside. I am using, again, Season of Chic, which has some double stamping, layer stamping opportunities. I'm going to use the Fresh Freesia for the solid flower here, but I'm going to stamp off. I've used the little background stamp to kind of go down the diagonal of this piece. This is a basic white piece of cardstock that measures 4 3/4 of an inch by 3 1/2. So it is a layering piece. So I'm going to kind of off stamp that on the side here as we're kind of going down the page. I still want to leave myself a little bit of white so that I can actually write a message and sign this. And then I'm stamping the outline part of the flower in Melon Mambo just to give it a little bit more definition and a little spot of interest here, some contrast. Okay. And I think I need one more, like with my rule of 3, one more seems to be in order. So let's decide where we're going to put that. Again, I'm going to stamp off as I did before, maybe right here. And I will go with my Melon Mambo as my accent color for the outside here. And let's see. I think I've turned it around now. I got to remember where I put the direction that I had this going in. Oh, perfect. Could not have asked for a better alignment myself. All right, I also have a piece of Blueberry Bushel as my background. This is going to serve as my layer for the pocket. Let's close these really fast so they don't dry out. And I'm just going to layer the white piece on top of the Blueberry Bushel. Notice that I always stamp first before I glue. So in case I mess up, I'll have a chance to turn it over. And the reason I chose these colors is because it will pull those same colors from the Designer Series paper. And there we have a pocket. Now, if you like, you could use a punch. I could use like the 2 1/8 or 2 3/8 inch punch to make just a little half circle punch here so that I'll have a pull. All right, I have a way of grabbing the insert for the pocket much better. All right, and there we have it. As I said, this little pocket will serve as the gift card. Let's see if I have an old gift card so that you can at least get an idea of what that's going to look like. Here's an old Starbucks gift card. So we could pop our little gift card right there in the middle. You can also put it this way. You have to be careful again to make sure that you haven't sealed it shut. Okay? So I could continue to decorate if I'd like, and I might do that with some of the die cuts for this flower. I might very well do that, but I just wanted to show you how to put the little double pocket together. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you found some great ideas that you can use in your own crafting.